Now, I've brought something with me today that I haven't shown people in a long time, and it's quite funny, I saw some outside, and I'm kind of hoping that we have a trade-in program, because mine is getting a little worn, but it's this little blue dictionary, and if it looks familiar, it was given to me in the 3rd grade by the Kiwanis Club of Apex, and it stayed with me for all these years. At the time, it was just a cool book filled with a bunch of words I didn't know. But in hindsight, it was the beginning of a story I didn't know I was writing. And so I want to tell you a little bit about that. As the Filipino writer and revolutionary Jose Rizal once said, if you know history, then you know self. But if you have no history, then you have no self. And so that's why I brought this book, because before I talk about the future that we can build as one, I want to talk about where I came from and where Kiwanis came into my story. This little dictionary followed me to middle school, then to high school, where I found myself not just flipping through pages for definitions, but falling in love with the power of language, the power to tell stories, to teach, to connect. That love eventually inspired me to study English and education at NC State, go Pack. But before I ever stepped foot on that campus, I became president of the Key Club at Apex High School. I didn't know as a freshman that I would come to know leadership and service as part of my life's calling, and I didn't know how many doors would open because of that one moment, this one little book, and that one act of generosity from people I hadn't even met. Now, a few years later, I'm standing here as governor of Carolinas CKI. From Key Club to Circle K, from Apex to Asheville, you could say that key moment took me full circle. Cue laughter. And today, Carolinas CKI is thriving. At International Convention in Pittsburgh this past June, we received 11 awards, including Distinguished District and highest UNICEF Brick by Brick contributor at the district and club levels, thanks to High Point CKI's continued fundraising efforts with the Miss HQ pageant, a night celebrating female leaders and supporting efforts to build classrooms in Cote d'Ivoire. So round of applause for our... Each of these wins is proof that seeds planted years ago are growing into something incredible. And that's the magic of this Kiwanis family. Sometimes it takes just one key moment to unlock a lifetime of service. Sometimes it takes just one small gift to spark a journey that leads someone to stand on this very stage. Now, unfortunately, we won't find any folks here today from the Kiwanis Club of Apex. It no longer exists. But this dictionary, this symbol of their impact, is still here. And I carry it not just as a memory, but as a mission. Someday I hope to reach part of that club. Because if it's planted the seed that helped shape my future, imagine what it could do again with the right people and at the right moment. That's why what we do together matters. That's why this Kiwanis family matters. Because while we may not always see the results of our efforts, we are always planting seeds. When we pour into our youth, when we mentor, support, and walk alongside Key Clubbers, CKI members, and all others in the K family, we are shaping the next generation of leaders, educators, public servants, and change makers. And I can tell you it's working. Right now, we have clubs in the making at 7 schools across the Carolinas, including App State, Converse University, Lees McRae College, Clemson University, Methodist University, USC Beaufort, and Wake Tech. Each of these clubs will need the full support and investment of the Carolinas Kiwanis in order to make it across the finish line. And if you're looking for a place to start, we've put together some brochures for CKI support guides, which you can find at our table. They give you a bunch of ways that you as Kiwanians can help lift Circle K voices. If we want our family to grow stronger, if we want to serve more children in the Carolinas, across the nation, and around the world, then we must make sure that these key moments continue to happen. We must invest in each other across generations and across all levels of this incredible organization. I know my history, and because of that, I know myself. And now that you've heard a little bit of my story, I hope you see that this isn't just my journey, it's ours. So let's keep making history. Let's keep creating those moments, those words, those books, those invitations that will help someone, somewhere, someday realize they belong here. They have purpose here, and they are ever part of this Kiwanis family. Thank you.